All right, guys, we're gonna do a little review on the Optima battery charger. I have purchased it because I like to run Optimas in my personal vehicles. Turns out my Kenworth came with Optimas from the factory because they're inside the cab and they don't leak. But after a year of having this, I actually have a pretty good use for it. It's actually doing something I never intended to use it for, which is every Monday or Sunday night, we get calls for no starts. And what happens is drivers leave cab lights on, parking lights on, ignition on. Some of these guys, they rewire or they install radios and they're direct and they forget to turn them off, and they stay there from Thursday night until Sunday night when they have to go back to work and the batteries are dead. So what I've been doing is I go out, and all of these trucks are no older than 19, so the batteries are usually in pretty good shape, but they're just dead. This one right here, as you can tell, it's about 50%. And this kind of segues into another topic, which is crank no start. The battery had enough power to crank the engine. It just did not have enough voltage to wake up the ECM because it was cranking at around 8 volts, and the ECM needs at least 10 volts preferably. But sometimes even at 9 volts, though, the ECM will wake up. But anyway, what we did is we put jumpers on it, got it up, and it was good. Once we verified that the root cause was voltage, which we put a multimeter and we data logged the voltage drop, and as soon as we saw it was below 8 volts, we knew that the battery had to be recharged. So rather than going by batteries by the pallet, what we do is we take them off, and we well, what I do is I bring them home and I put them to charge. And then once they're fully charged, I clean them up, and I always have a fresh set of batteries ready to go. Save the company a little money so we don't have to buy batteries. And you know, it's one of those things that's cost effective. Funny story I got to tell you. I used to work for a company. We had over 500 tractor trailer units, and they decided that they were going to implement idle shutdown on all the tractors. You can go into the computer, you can go ahead and you can put an idle timer for whatever you want, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. So they selected 5 minutes. If you're not stepping on the brake, if you're not stepping on the clutch, the timer starts and it'll shut off. And I think we ended up increasing it to 10 minutes idle timer. And what happened was, the person that thought of this, the first month that after we did it to all 500 plus units, they printed a report where they bragged that they had saved the company over $1 million in fuel because the units weren't idling forever. Backstory is they didn't print the report that we were spending $2 million in batteries a month, because what happens is these guys, we have one key, they're all keyed alike. They turn them on, and since no one wants to leave their key in the tractor, they pull out the key, they leave the ignition on, the tractor would turn off, and the guy'd go hop into another tractor and leave the ignition on. So it was counterintuitive. Yeah, they saved $1 million in fuel, but they were spending $2 million in batteries. But hey, they were happy, you know, because the person that thought of the 5-minute shutdown had this report that he, you know, decreased the cost of fuel, but he neglected to print out to show that we 500% increased our battery purchase. Anyway, I think it's funny. But anyway, Optima battery charger, small one. It's really small, but man, I use it a lot, especially for batteries that go dead from drivers leaving stuff on. Anyway, great little product. I love it, and you know, thought I'd share. Thanks for watching.